Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. This is your Ambazonian broadcasting station. We are here to help with the sovereignty of Ambazonia, Southern Cameroon. And the broadcast is much about the Leaders Summit. The leaders went to Ghana for a summit, and a lot went through there. It was a successful gathering. You know, most Amazonians have been asking for the leaders to unite, to come together as one. And finally, they got some very positive feedback from that gathering. And it was lauded by most, and if not all, Ambazonians. And we saw the enthusiasm that came from all the leaders coming together. So that was a success. Now we want to make sure that Amazonians know their rights. They know what they are looking for. Okay, it's about making sure that they gain their freedom. Freedom is not free. It's not easy, but the Amazonian people must know that for the past 7 years that they are fighting. They have been fighting for a just cause. Okay, and I want them to understand that the international community is coming to the rescue. They are listening to them. They are looking at what they want, and that is what the focus should be. For now, we are hoping that the Ambazonian people will make everything positive for them. You know, so today, let's look at this in a closer way. I have a talking point. I'm gonna bring my talking point. Then we'll continue the show. Okay. The yeah. Reclaiming the struggle, the importance of Ambazonian unity and resistance in 2025. The Ambazonian independent movement, representing the people of Southern Cameroon, has experienced years of internal fragmentation, leadership dispute, and strategic incoherence. Yet, in April 2025, key leaders have reportedly come together to form a united front, a development that could significantly alter the trajectory of the struggle. As the crisis enters a new phase, this renewed commitment to unity and coordinated resistance is not only timely but essential. The movement's ability to speak and act with one voice could be the key to legitimacy, international recognition, and eventual liberation. Why Ambazonian leaders matters now? For years, the Ambazonian cause has suffered not only from external repression by the Cameroonian state, but also from internal division, multiple factions, scattered leadership, conflicting strategies, and infighting have weakened the movement's ability to present a coherent front to both its own people and the international community. Each division diluted the message of resistance and made it easier for the regime in Yaoundé to criminalize the struggle as disorganized and illegitimate. In April 2025, the renewed call for unity among Ambazonian leaders comes at a critical moment. International attention is once again focusing on the conflict zones and suppressed self-determination struggles around the world, from Palestine to West Papua, from Ambazonia to the other regions in Africa. With global movements for decolonization regaining momentum, Ambazonia has a rare window to reassert its case. But this cannot be done with fragmented voices and clashing agendas. Unity is the foundation upon which political strength, diplomatic recognition, and popular legitimacy must be built. Solidifying the movement through resistance. Unity, however, must not be symbolic. It must translate into concrete resistance strategy that reflect the will of the Ambazonian people. This means three things: reaffirming the ideological commitment to sovereignty, investing in disciplined self-defense against occupation forces, and rebuilding grassroots institutions across the homeland and diaspora. Coordinated resistance is essential, not just militarily, but socially and diplomatically. Civilian-based resistance, international lobbying, and digital activism must work in tandem with any defensive action taken on the ground. With unified leadership, the movement can begin to pursue targeted diplomatic campaigns, speak in one voice at the African Union or the United Nations forums, and ensure accountability within its own ranks. It is also important that this unity comes with a renewed commitment to the values of justice, democracy, and transparency. Past struggles have faltered not because of a lack of popular support, but because of leadership impunity, internal corruption, or ideological drift. A united front in 2025 must rise above these failures and serve the people, not personal ambition. The road ahead. While Cameroon's government continues to rely on military occupation and military tribunals to silence Ambazonian voices, as seen in the life sentence of peace activist Abdul Karim, the resistance must evolve into a disciplined, strategic, and unified liberation project. The momentum created by the new alliance of leaders in April 2025 must be translated into grassroots empowerment and international outreach. April must mark a turning point. It must be the moment when Ambazonians reclaim the narrative of their struggle from both internal division and external distortion. Unity is not a luxury, it is a survival tool. In the face of systematic oppression, cultural erasure, and economic marginalization, only a cohesive resistance can pave the way for freedom. To conclude, the renewed unity among Ambazonian leaders in April 2025 represent a vital opportunity to re-energize the independence movement. For too long, internal division has compromised the legitimacy and strength of the struggle. By coming together now, leaders can build a credible, coordinated front capable of defending the rights and aspirations of the people of Southern Cameroon. Resistance without unity is noise, but resistance built on solidarity, strategy, and sacrifice is the foundation of liberation. Would you like to be united and win the battle, or you will like to be in disunity and lose the battle? That was my talking point. We have this unity, and we are very grateful that we have some comments coming from a typical diplomatic front that were very encouraged. Okay, and that's why we always want our people to understand that the diplomacy that we have is very important, and our leaders should always know that the Ambazonian people want to see them united. Okay, this is what Tibor Nagy said. Tibor Nagy said, "Great to see many Ambazonian leaders, Southern Cameroon leaders, sign a joint declaration after recent summit in Ghana. This is exactly what is needed to achieve justice for the Ambazonian people, which will remain delayed as long as some leaders stay split." That is coming from Ambassador Tibor Nagy. You can see Ambassador Tibor Nagy talking there. You know, he has a voice. You remember, he is part of the Trump administration, and they have been clamoring for the unity of the leaders to have one voice to speak so that the international community can listen, the diplomatic world can listen. But once they were disunited, that brought a huge problem. That along the years, people struggle as split. They try to do things by themselves. They were trying to grandstand as leaders, but they realized that no one single leader could achieve anything by themselves. And finally, people like Tibonaj came in and advised a lot of the leaders that, please, what you're doing is not helpful. It's only helping the Cameroon government to keep their agenda that you are disunited. Okay. The Tibonyagi's comment was welcome just because it is important for the Ambazonian people. Okay. He really emphasized that this is exactly what is needed to achieve justice for the people of Ambazonia. Okay. Exactly what is needed. That tells you what? Tells you that a lot of these diplomats, not only Tibonagi, Ambassador Tibonagi, all the leaders, all the diplomatic arenas that our leaders have been going in the last years, the first question to ask them, are you guys united? Because most of these leaders and the groups, they thought that they can achieve something by themselves, but they realized that they could not do it by themselves. Everything that was done by just trying to grandstand, trying to do something by themselves. But along the years, all those failed. And now they know the importance of unity. Unity is the way to go. There is no other way this struggle can be won when people are split. People go and send very, very despairing messages that the diplomatic community was so confused. When this group come and say this other group come and say this one come and say this. It wasn't coherent. And no diplomatic person or the international community can take you guys serious when you have conflicting messages about the struggle. What do you want? Then what do you want? When this leader say they want a referendum, this other leader say no, we don't want a referendum. You are confusing the international community. What do you want? Do you want to have the international community come in to push for a referendum? Some leaders say no, we don't want that. There are things that you can achieve through one way or the other. Yes, we need negotiation. Okay, but when the international community see you speaking in one voice, there is a very, very important message you are sending, that you guys can agree or disagree on issues together. Okay, because for the past 9 years, that was our Achilles heels. That was our difficulty, for leaders to come together and accept that this is what they want. Okay, this is what we can accept as leaders, and the Ambazonian community this is what majority of the Ambazonian community want, because it's majority. It's not all that we must not say everybody should accept something. No, but majority will say, okay, this is what we want, and the international community will follow with that direction. Okay, so we are very grateful for this wonderful move. And we are also seeing what the newspaper is saying. Most of the time, the leaders meet. Okay, this is some of the Yaoundé told to initiate sincere and transparent dialogue to end the war. These are things that most of the leaders have been saying. Okay, Yaoundé cannot win a war by keep fighting. You cannot win the Ambazonian people. See what happened just in Munyenge. This is just something that happened. 2 armor car was destroyed. How much is the Cameroon government spending? How much is the Cameroon government spending on one armor car? If two armor cars is destroyed every week, do you think the Cameroon government can survive? Because one armor car is millions and millions of francs CFA. But the resistance cannot end without negotiation. For the past 9 years, we have been telling the government of Cameroon, negotiation is important. Had it been, negotiation would have been ongoing. It would have saved life, it would have saved money, it would have saved them a lot. But today, the government of Cameroon does not want to go negotiate. They still believe in that grandstanding that they can win this war militarily. When many international community, the international world has tell them that this is a war of people who are determined. It's not something that you can quell. Many countries have tried, trying to go into war in this manner. They fail. Why? Because the people are determined. For 9 years, the Amazonian people are determined to fight till the end. Okay, and that is what some of the people don't know, that they want peace. But this is if somebody like Seseko, look, somebody in prison. This is what Seseko is telling the Cameroon government, that stones will fight for us if Cameroon military kills the last man standing. That is Seseko Ayoktabe, the president who has been illegally locked up in prison. But he still has that voice to tell the Cameroon government, stones will fight for us. What does that mean? When you hear people say last man standing, think of it. Think of it, last man standing. It means that it's an unended battle. It will not end. So Cameroon government has the power to initiate a very sincere negotiation process. If not, then they are wasting time, wasting their resources, killing their young ones, their young military that say they want to look for job. How much is the salary of these guys? 40,000 CFA. It's not even up to $100 per month that you pay this military. Some of them go and lose their life. Some of them are being killed. And you think that there is an end in sight? No. This crisis, until the Cameroon government understand that negotiation is the way to go. Okay? Look at the atrocities. Look at what is going on. People are being killed every day. Does the Cameroon government understand that negotiation is the way to go? I hope the Cameroon government understand this. Okay, because I don't see why for the past years they are adamant to go for negotiation. They don't want to go for negotiation, and they know this is what is happening. I don't understand. If they think that they can fight this war militarily, it's just terrible, because we are seeing these guys are determined to fight till the end. Okay, when you look at the destruction that just happened recently, you ask yourself, does the Cameroon government really understand about all this? You see your infrastructure is destroyed. How do you win this kind of war? How do you win this kind of war? This is a kind of guerrilla warfare. You can fight this war for the next 30 years. You can't win, because the people are there. They are ready to die for their land. They are ready to die for their land. They can fight for the next how many years? You will be there wasting your money and time. Why do you think the 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 U.S. government left Afghanistan, left all these other countries. The Vietnam War. Why do you think the U.S. government could not finish with the Vietnam War? Because they were losing. They were losing money. They were losing resources. They were losing every little thing that they had. And they could not continue in that manner. You cannot be fighting people who have nothing to lose. Someone who has nothing to lose, what are you going to fight? They have nothing to lose. You can keep fighting yourself, wasting your money, wasting your resources. They are there. They don't have time. They don't care. Whatever you are doing, that's your business. If you want to keep wasting your money and resources, they don't have issue with that. They don't have issue with that. They'll say, okay, keep losing your money, keep wasting your time, keep wasting the life of innocent civilians. They call themselves military. How many of those military have lost their life in these recent days? Think of it. How many of them? So many. And it is left for the Cameroon government to say, okay, it's time for negotiation. Okay, because when the Switzerland government came, the Cameroon government said, oh, we don't want to negotiate. We want to go and win this war. The Cameroon government shy away from the negotiation. Okay, so the Amazonian people, the leaders, the people want to negotiate a peaceful way to resolve the crisis. But because the Cameroon government, the greed of the leaders, the ministers, the government in place want to win this war militarily. And that is a problem. But the Ambazonian people know their rights. They know what they want. They know that they can stay in their land. The occupier military come into their land, and they are ready to fight to the end. You cannot stop a revolution that has some more to do with the mindset of the people. Okay, you can stop something. You can arrest leaders, but you will not stop the war. Okay, how many leaders have you arrested? The Cameroon government will go and say, oh, arrest this leader, arrest this leader. But nothing ends. Nothing stop because you can arrest 50 leaders. That's your problem. There is a need for negotiation. I think the Cameroon government should learn for the past how many years. I don't think they have learned the lesson of other countries that fought this same war like that. Okay. This happened today in I think Munyenge or what? Today, 2 armor cars destroyed. Look, the Cameroon government think that these are beyond repair. That the whole engine is destroyed. Today, it happened yesterday. Look at 2 armor car. Do you know the price of 1 armor car? Destroyed. What is the price of 1 armor car? But 2 in 1 day gone. And the Cameroon government still think that they are fighting a war. When America fought the war in Afghanistan, America had all the powers. America is a world power, of course, right? But why did America negotiate with the Taliban in Afghanistan at the end of the year? How many years of fighting? But America has to even say, okay, America say, even take that remaining, take it. We don't want it. Imagine America abandoning even their weapons in Afghanistan. American government say, I beg, when I leave that war, when I come back home. That is the guerrilla warfare that the Afghanistan people fought. America learned a lesson. Even in Vietnam, America had to abandon that war. The Vietnamese people were setting only this kind of traps like this. They were not spending anything. But why you put this trap, this armor cars, American armor cars will come, boom. American tankers, all this truck, boom, boom. That's all what they did. You bring all your armor car, bring your whatever you want. The guys have their terrain. They know their terrain. And that's why no conventional army can win this kind of war when it's unconventional. Because you don't know their plan. They don't have any plan. They don't have anything losing. They will wait for you. Whatever you are doing, okay, keep making your strategy. When you are passing, they will boom. One of those armor car, two of those armor car is gone. Or the trucks full of whatever weapons or what. Boom. That's all what they do. What do you think they are losing? Nothing. And that war can go on and on for years. Every week or every day or every time you will lose your soldiers. Because these guys are always setting the traps. They don't fight anymore. You cannot win a guerrilla warfare. Never. That is the message that the Amazonian people are telling Cameroon government. You cannot. The earlier you go for negotiation, the better. The earlier you go for negotiation, the better. You cannot win people who have nothing to lose. Look at how many armor car. This is an armor car. Go check the price of an armor car and tell me. 2 armor car gone. That is it. See. Destroyed beyond repairs. And imagine how many lives lost on this same day, 2 days ago. This is just 2 days ago. In Southern Zone, they said, no, Southern Zone is quiet. There's nothing happening in Southern Zone. But this is what happened in Southern Zone. This is what happened in Southern Zone, right? They said, no, Southern Zone is quiet. There's nothing happening there. Nothing. If you say you can win a guerrilla warfare, you are lying. Because America have tried. They could not win. So not you, Cameroon government or Cameroon military can win a guerrilla warfare. It will not, because you are coming to people's land, trying to occupy their land. For how long can you occupy somebody's land? How long? They have their land. They know how to stay in their land. Thank you for watching. You see, this is what we are talking. You have people who can do what they want. They will suppress journalists, suppress this. But just imagine how many journalists were killed. How many journalists? See the numbers. 124 journalists killed in 2024. 124. That's it. 124 journalists killed in Cameroon. And when people like Martinez Zogo was disappeared, the rogue regimes don't like honest journalism. That's why when all these press are writing their nonsense, you have to tell them. Because they are writing things that are not truth. They are only trying to please the government in place. Okay? There's no freedom of press, no freedom of speech, no freedom of assembly, no freedom of anything. And you want people to believe that kind of government. They only do things, corruption. Anything they do is just to corrupt people and give people monies to bribe and corruption, and that's all they do. That's all they do. And how do you believe that kind of government? They don't look for job for these guys. No. And these Laripobi people, I don't know how dull they are, but when you go and get this, when you go and get these crumbs from these CPGM people, What do you think you are doing? The crumbs, all these crumbs that they collect from the CPGM and all this money and all these things that they collect, don't they think they are just using them, or do they think that this CPGM government really like them? See how they are giving them money. This is CPGM. Look, you are giving these people monies because you want them to vote for you. You are not giving these people money because you love them. See, $2,000. Sorry, 2,000 CFA, 4,000. This is cash that they give to people. They are giving these people money because they want them to vote for them. See, you see, they are giving them. Look at how they are distributing money. Oh man, this Chai Massa. Somebody that has been in power for 42 years has done nothing. You people, as youthful as you are, other countries have more than 10 different presidents since independence. Cameroon has 2. And you are still preparing to vote for the president with all the corrupt practices. It's so sad, because when you see this thing happening, you say, well, man, it's very sad. Very, very sad. But that's what is happening. Okay? You cannot have it both ways. Okay? The only change that can come in that country is when there is change of mindset. That change will also come with that change of mindset until the people understand this. They will keep dreaming in their dreamland. Okay? They will just dream in their dreamland. Okay? That is what has just happened, and nobody even care, right? Nobody care about anything. People think that, it's just normal for you people to go and collect money like that. But this is something that, one, if there is a good ethic commission, that ethic commission can go into findings and make sure that everything is investigated. Everything is investigated. You cannot give bribe to people like this and you think it's normal, right? It's not normal. That is why the CPGM party, they see nothing bad in bribing and corruption, open bribe and corruption like this. Nothing good can come out from this kind of governance. But that is what we are talking about. Okay? Until the people change their mindset, because their mindset have been cloned to think that, this little money that the government is giving them. Think about, why don't you ask this government, what about jobs? What about giving our people something to do? This 2,000, this sardine and this bread that you give us, do you think this thing can help us? Why not ask this government, please don't give us sardine and bread anymore. We want job for our children. We want this 2,000, this sardine and bread and this thing that they are giving to these people. What kind of langa is this? Chai masa. You giving people sardine and bread and 2,000 CFA Cameroon money. You're giving them that they should take. Then they go and eat that day. Just after you eat them that bread that day with sardine, that's it for you. They don't think long-term things. Why along these years the jobs don't pay well? Okay, salary increase. All these things are things that they don't think about anymore. The only thing that they wear the CPGM uniform, go and stand somewhere and collect money, sardine and bread. Go home and eat. From hand to mouth, hand to mouth, hand to mouth. That's all what they want. 42 years of CPDM. Nothing to show for. Sad, but that's the reality. Sad. Thank you for watching. God bless you. God bless the people of Southern Cameroon, Ambazonia.